Hey, what's up, guys? Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. I hope that everyone's doing good out there. Now, it seems that we've got some fresh Masters of the Universe toy related news to share with everyone. These images of the all new Masterverse Faker just dropped online like a couple of hours ago. These have been bombarding the social media circles, the fan groups. My good buddy James actually shared me some links to these photos, and I was a bit taken aback because Mattel just put out like the first wave of figures a couple of weeks ago, and those have not even made it into the hands of collectors all over the world. I'm pretty sure of it because we've not even seen them in Malaysia as yet. But I did see a lot of reviews online. Okay, a lot of collectors, I think in the United States and some other parts of the world, have gotten their hands on the entire first wave of figures. And there's been a lot of great reviews online, definitely. The figures do look fantastic. Insanely articulated. They do have some issues, I believe, like especially with He-Man, and the fact that he's got a really weird chest joint. Okay, and I can't stand the way that his battle armor harness seems to be like way up there. Okay, right? It's like reaching towards his neck. Okay, I mean, I think that's a little bit off, but overall these seem to be catching on really well with collectors, and it's fantastic. But I wasn't expecting there to be fresh announcements quite so soon, but here we have the Masterverse Faker. All right, Faker, of course, being the robotic decoy of He-Man, as created by the evil Skeletor to fool the Masters of the Universe. Now, from the images and what we can see of the packaging and the amount of stuff that's packed in there, this appears to be a deluxe edition figure. I'm a bit surprised by that because I wasn't expecting a character like Faker to get the deluxe treatment. He certainly never did in any of the previous incarnations of the character, but apparently there's a lot of stuff that you can pack in with him. Okay, so we're going to get down to checking out these images, and I hope that you're joining me, and I hope that you're going to share your thoughts with me as well. Okay, I want to hear from you guys, okay, in the comments section, letting me know what you guys think of these new images of the MOTU Masterverse Faker. So let's get down to checking this guy out. Now, I have to assume that these images of the Faker figure that we're seeing online are official from Mattel themselves, because the images look so clear, so crisp and clean and bright. Previously, when we used to get early advanced teaser photos of the upcoming product, I remember most of the shots being very grainy, like with the first wave of Masterverse. Okay, those were like super grainy, and you couldn't really make out what was happening with the figures. You couldn't really make out what they looked like. You couldn't really make out what was the expression on He-Man's face. Was it a smirk? Was it a scowl? And even the accessories that they came packed with, it was all very grainy. And I was wondering to myself, like, why would they actually release photos like these? Okay, but this one right here, this is their marketing team obviously stepping up. Okay, now they're representing, for what we can see here, we're basically being treated to all angles of that figure. All right, we get to see Faker in all his glory here. Okay, packaging shots front and back, and on the back of the box, the artwork, of course, looks great. Now, the artwork on the Masterverse packages comes courtesy of the artist Eamon O'Donoghue, who's doing some really great work here. Work that looks very distinctive from anything else that I've seen on the Masters of the Universe toy package. And I talked a little bit about Eamon's art when I covered the Masterverse Battlecat video review. And Eamon actually left a comment on that video. Okay, I just saw that he dropped a note there, and it's great. It's great that the artist of the package has seen the video and has dropped in to say hi. So hey, if you're watching this video, Eamon, I hope that you'll say hi to the community as well. Just drop a note down there in the comments. Okay, I hope you're doing okay. And actually, I do have a question. I'm always curious when it comes to artwork that appears on toy packages. Is it something that's actually dictated by the toy company themselves, or is it something that the artist has complete creative control over? So sometimes you see that the character is depicted in a particular pose or has a particular look in the art, and then this is the art that actually goes out with the actual toy that gets shipped out all over the world. So how much of a creative input does the artist have when it comes to making those decisions, okay, like how the character is supposed to be represented on the toy packaging art? So hey, Eamon, if you do happen to be watching the video, I do hope that you'll just leave a note and a comment and just maybe just share some of the insights with us. Cheers, man. Let's check out what the character description says here. Faker, evil robot of Skeletor. Of all of the deadly minions at Skeletor's disposal, Faker's mastery of deception and destruction makes him among the most dangerous. The cybernetic doppelganger of He-Man takes on the appearance of Eternia's most powerful protector, fooling many heroes, including the sorceress of Grayskull herself. By the time the heroes discover Faker's true nature, it may be too late. Too late. Too late. Now, I'm not exactly sure what sort of release class this figure is supposed to fall under. It's definitely a deluxe figure from the sheer amount of accessories that we're getting. But previously, we did get the deluxe Skelegod. My impression of why that was a deluxe figure was simply because it was just a much bigger figure, right? It was just like 9 or 11 inches, was it? And it was just huge. But it didn't seem to come with as many accessories as what we're seeing here for Faker. Faker here is just jacked up with so much stuff. Now, when I first saw this image, when I first saw the image of Faker here, I didn't think that it was Faker at all. Okay, my first impression was that, hey, shit, it's freaking Battle Armor He-Man. Okay, I thought that they were gonna do like Masterverse was doing all the popular variations of the He-Man character, like Battle Armor, Flying Fist, Thunder Punch. But then I saw the name on the package and I was like, Faker? Because I think my first impression of what a Faker figure will look like is the fact that he's entirely blue-skinned. Okay, he's supposed to be drenched in just the color blue, just like Skeletor. Now, whatever we're seeing here is definitely a very radical reimagining of the Faker character that we knew from basically any generation, because he's now looking exactly like He-Man except for the exposed metal parts underneath. And this is probably the first Faker figure that we're getting that has got so much exposed metallic areas, all right? So many things that expose the inner robotic form of the character. And I do like the new facial sculpts that we're getting here, because one thing about the Masterverse He-Man that they put out, the original Masterverse He-Man, although I don't own it yet, but I've seen like a ton of photos and a ton of videos covering it online, and pretty much made up my mind that I didn't like it at all. All right, maybe it's personal preference, but I just felt that they could have done a lot better with that facial sculpt. I mean, how many of you guys out there own the Masterverse He-Man, and what do you guys think of it? Okay, let me know in the comments. Okay, if you guys were okay with the facial sculpt that they put on that figure. But I personally felt that it should have come with at least an alternate, more serious looking expression. So I am thrilled to see that we are getting 3 different facial sculpts with this Faker figure. Now, one of it is obviously lends itself only to the Faker figure, because you get like half of He-Man's face, and another portion of it is just slowly peeling away to reveal the robotic underside of the character. Then you also get this one facial head here that is entirely robotic. Okay, it kind of looks a bit odd here, but then you also get a very normal looking He-Man head that has a somewhat serious expression, and probably that head would work best with the Masterverse He-Man figure. Now, as we can see here, there's a ton of accessories, and a lot of it appears to be reused or repacked from the earlier Masterverse He-Man package. Like we get the same looking shield, the same 2 alternate hands, and even the power sword, all right? But the power sword now has an orange colored hilt to it, orange to match the color of Faker's original styled armor. Okay, his original orange chest armor, which we also get included here as a separate piece. So this thing, I mean, just looking at it like this, it's pretty fantastic for the fact that it's got a lot of display options here, alternate heads, different styled weapons, alternate hands, swappable armor. There's just a lot that you can do with this figure. So I think that for a deluxe level figure, this thing is pretty much delivering on all fronts. Okay, multiple accessories, multiple play possibilities. The only thing that you might probably have an issue with is the design that was chosen for this figure. Like I said, for Faker, for a character like Faker, it's pretty bold, I would think. the thing that might pause you straight in your tracks and make you wonder, like, just what in the hell did you just see, is the point where you have him displayed with his full metal head here. Okay, his all metal robot head here. And I gotta tell you guys, this thing might take some getting used to. Now, I did see a lot of comments online from fans on social media. Their first impression when they saw this thing was like, it was like, shit, why does this guy now look like the T-800 robot from Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Okay. And you gotta admit that, I can see where they're coming from with that. But to me personally, when I saw this thing, with its all metal robot head on, the first thing that struck me was that shit, it just looks like Destro, okay? Why does it look like Destro from G.I. Joe? This would be probably like the oddest representation of how the character would look like. Everything else, I think the head that where we see He-Man, half of He-Man and half of the robot underneath, I think that looks okay. I mean, that's pretty good, except for the fact that he's not blue, I suppose. But the all metal robot head here, this one is probably something that you need to sleep on for a bit, okay? And it's you gotta put it up there on your display case and just wonder every day, is today the day that I'm finally going to be able to appreciate you, okay? Because until then, it could just as well be Colossus from the X-Men. Now, although it's anyone's guess, I think at this point, when this figure will actually be made available, or how, in fact, these images even turned up on the internet, or what does it mean? Is this Faker figure part of like a new wave, like a second wave, or is it just like a one-off figure that they're putting out there? But either way, I find it pretty interesting that there was a listing for this figure on the Walmart site. Is it a Walmart exclusive? Dear God, I hope not. But, whatever the case, there's a listing there on Walmart. However, the item is listed as being out of stock. Okay, man, it's like we just can't catch a break, can we? Nope. Also, interestingly, it states that the price of the figure is something like $29.99. That is a pretty deluxe level pricing for this thing. In fact, I think that it's the same price that the Rise of Evil MOTU Origins set went for, something like close to $30. All right, so, well, I think that for something like this, with the amount of accessories and goodies that you're getting with the package, it's pretty reasonable. But over here in Malaysia, that works out to quite a pretty penny. All right, 30 USD. So hey, let me know what you guys think of the Faker figure, and how excited you guys are that this thing is out there. Also, before I go, if you guys are on Instagram and if you want to connect with me there, you can do so at the official Retro Toy Escapades page. That's retro_toy_escapades. So hit me up there, send me a DM, send me some ideas. If you guys got some ideas for me to review stuff, or if you guys want to see stuff on the channel, you can let me know there as well. And all in, I think that it's been a pretty good week. I hope to see more news, more toy-related news, more MOTU news, more retro toy news, more everything, okay? And do stay subscribed to the channel. Keep following me, keep following the updates, and I'll catch you guys again real soon. Take care.